Hey everyone, I'm Mike Black and welcome back to the best channel on YouTube. Hey everyone, I'm Mike Black, and in this video, we're gonna be explaining a potential way to live rent-free by doing what I call rent hacking. Now, if you've been following along with the $1 Million Comeback, you may have noticed that I've been trying to pull off this rent hack. So in this video, I'm gonna show exactly how I'm going about doing that. So if you're wondering what is rent hacking is a way to live rent-free and sometimes even make money on top of it. So this is how it works. I'll use some hypothetical numbers. You go and find a 4-bedroom house that rents for $3,000 a month. You rent out 3 of the bedrooms for $1,000 per room, which covers the cost of rent, and you then get the last bedroom rent-free. That's where you live. So the reason you're able to charge a premium for those bedrooms is because you are adding value to the property by creating a house only for a specific group of people. For example, an art house. This is a house for artists. A startup house. This is a house for startup founders. You can even go more niche, a business house for business owners making over $1 million a year in revenue. You can see here is an example of a property I re-rented that I paid $2,000 per month for. It was over 4,000 square feet and had 6 bedrooms. This was an incredibly good deal, and I was able to put my startup founders in there, and we pretty much lived on a really, really low rent. Now, if you currently pay, let's say $500 a month for rent and can execute a rent hack, that's $6,000 per year back in your pocket. That's a lot of money. That's $6,000 to put into whatever you're passionate about, your business, travel, whatever it may be. And by the way, there are a lot of benefits to doing this outside of just saving all this money. You're building a community of people that are passionate about the same thing you are. And this is also a major opportunity for you to build credibility in the niche you choose for your house. If you start an art house, for example, you can tell people you curated a house of artists and you are the one who brought everyone together. So how do you actually go about doing this? Well, there's 3 high-level steps. Step 1 is acquiring a property. Step 2 is pitching the deal, and step 3 is renting out the rooms. So we want to find a rental that we can rent and re-rent, and we want to be totally transparent with the owner that we're going to be doing this. I would also consider structuring an LLC once you find a place and are ready to sign papers, although I've personally done this under my own personal name in the past, but there is risk involved in doing so. And I like to go to places like Zillow.com, Apartments.com, Trulia, and Craigslist to find properties. Now, usually I look for houses with at least 4 bedrooms and a minimum of 2,000 or more square feet. While I'm looking at these properties, I'm also looking on Zillow at what similar properties are renting for by the room to see if I can be competitive. Step number 2, you found the perfect place. Now you have to pitch the deal to the owner. That's very important. Don't be untransparent with what you're doing. Tell them you're creating a house for artists, creators, beekeepers, whatever it is that you're into. Be aware that not all landlords will be interested in this, and a lot of people you may talk to are going to be agents and not the direct owner. So just be aware of that. So here's what I'll do. I'll reach out to a property I like and create a Google spreadsheet of all the listings I'm contacting, and then I have to pitch this idea to the seller. If you can sign 100% yourself and pay cash down for this place, that is the best way to acquire the location very quickly, but there is risk involved obviously in doing that because you don't have tenants just yet. So here's what you can do. You can either A, line up tenants first, which is what I'm doing right now in the MDC project by letting them know that you're getting this really cool house. Or B, find a money partner to make the down payment to get the deal with you if you don't have the money yourself. Now, if none of these are options, you can still find landlords that will say yes, but if you can find a way to add value to them, that would also be amazing. Some things you can do to add value to the landlord are things like letting them know, like, hey, number 1, all small maintenance requests, you're gonna take care of them. Anything under, say, $100, you're gonna take care of the cost and they don't have to worry about it. That's a huge value add to them, right? They don't have to worry about that. Another thing you could do that I've done in the past personally is you could have someone come and clean the place either once a week or every 2 weeks professionally. That cleaning fee you split with everyone in the house and you bake those things into the rent. Another thing you could do is you could potentially offer to pay them a little bit more. Again, be creative with certain things and figure out other ways that you could add value. Step number 3, rent out the rooms. Use places like Facebook groups to let people know you're starting this house for beekeepers and the estimated cost per room and a targeted launch date. In the past, I've personally signed a lease and found tenants within the week to fill the house, and during the MDC project, what I'm doing is lining up tenants first before getting the deal. You'll be in charge of collecting rent, so always make sure to have either the landlord run background and credit checks or to do it yourself, and always charge at least a deposit in first month's rent. You do want some cushion in case you have someone who doesn't pay on time, because you'll be liable for paying the whole lease. Once I have everything aligned, I personally like to add additional value to the tenant if I can by number one, furnishing the living room, and then number two, adding a cool space for people to work that has things like desks. Now, this is an upfront cost, of course, but this can help you rent the rooms faster, and you can bake this into the cost of rent. That's it for this week's video on rent hacking. Now remember that there is risk involved in doing this, so be smart if you decide to do this. Let me know what questions you have in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe and click the notification bell to be notified every time we release a new video. That's it for this week's video. Now go live rent free.